So,
Lovely, thick little book.
how'd you do, by the way? How do you do?
Uh, Good. I'm
Good,
great.
good.
How
All
are
right.
you doing?
Now, I understand you went to a convention recently, right?
Yes, I went to NorwestCon 44, the 44th anniversary of, or the 44th year of NorwestCon, which is a convention based in the Pacific Northwest for
Right?
Pacific Northwest authors, publishers, and other creatives. Yeah,
Really?
yeah, it
That's
was
good,
really,
actually. How
yeah,
long
it
did
was
the
really
convention last, by the way?
4 days. Oh no, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yeah, 4 days. Thursday,
Four
Friday,
days. That's
Saturday, Sunday.
that's quite a while, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's great. Well, it was like the latter part of Thursday and the early part of Sunday. So, it's like 6 hours on Sunday, 4 hours on Thursday. Friday and Saturday were long days though,
That's
like nine
great.
hours, 9 hours. Yeah,
9 hours. That's a long time, right?
it is. It's a long time to sit there, but you meet yeah, I met so many wonderful people, had great conversations,
It's
It's
kind of like in
there's
Detroit, we have conventions, Confusion, Comic Con, and PenguinCon, and it's kind of like that, I guess, right?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Did you have
yeah,
a
it was just
booth?
like that.
Did you have a
I did.
booth?
I
Oh,
had a
really?
booth, yeah. Yeah.
Good, good. Were you sharing it with anyone?
I was with H.M. Sanders, who is
All
also an
right.
awesome author. So,
Good. The author of the Black Trident, right?
yep.
Now, what were your experiences with the booth?
Well, we just split the booth in half, and it's really simple. They're just tables set out
Right?
and not nice space between each table, enough space. We had our banners up, nice large banners.
Oh, you had banners up. What did it say?
Mine just is just it looks exactly like my book, and
Right.
Helen's let's see, Helen's was one of the incredible illustrations from her book with the
Right.
title of her. So her ban she took a different route with her banner,
Right.
and yeah, but it's a beautiful banner,
Oh my
gorgeous.
gosh.
She's got such great illustrations in her book.
She
So
does.
yeah,
She
yeah,
does.
yeah, yeah, it's really great. But it was a lot of fun. We just sit and when people aren't at the booth, she and I chat and we
Now,
talk about writing and
how did people react to your being there? Were they
oh, I
interested
think
or
oh
disinterested?
yeah, they were very interested. That's why the people are there. They're there to come across new things. They're there because they love art. They love
Right.
games, because there's also gaming and stuff. You can't have a convention without
Without
all
gaming, right?
without gaming. You've got there are also publishers there.
Great.
Publishers and presses. I guess there is a little bit of a difference between the two. There's people that make costumes. There was a person that had tea. They had just all sorts of
Really?
amazing teas.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's fascinating.
Oh, actually, I'm gonna drop I got this little guy. This is Igor. He's a little odd pets, and so there's just lots of really great stuff,
Oh my God.
wonderful stuff.
I understand it was at a time of COVID restrictions, right?
Sure. So there were restrictions on this convention. They wanted to be really careful, um, because the conventions haven't been going on for the year
That long.
before and the year before that. So I think they might have tried a virtual one. I'm actually not clear if they just
Tried a
completely did
virtual
not
convention.
have them or
Right.
they tried to do them virtual. But so this was the first one. So they limited it to 1,000 people.
Oh, for
So
only 1,000 people?
yeah, there was only 1,000
Wow.
people. Usually, I guess this specific conventions, it's not as big as the Comic Cons,
Right?
but it is big because usually there's 5 to 7,000 people.
Oh,
at this.
really?
So yeah, it was just so it was pretty mellow, but we still did really well. The people that did come, I mean, they sold out, and
Good.
there was a Dalek, a huge, a life-size Dalek from Doctor Who that talked, the guy talked through it and remote control and
Now, was there supposed to be mask wearing at this convention?
oh yes, we were all wearing masks. We were all vaccinated.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we had little bands on that said we were vaccinated. Everyone was vaccinated.
I got to admit, that's the reason I didn't go to PenguinCon this year rather. It
Mhm.
was held about a week ago, right?
Mhm.
PenguinCon. You
Okay.
normally have oodles of people at PenguinCon, but this year they held it at the Novi Hilton, I think, right?
Mhm.
And they
Yep.
said that the people had to be wear masks and had to bring their COVID card, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
And I just didn't go because of that, right? So
Oh,
I'm going to wait till next year when they
you
don't have
didn't
any
go
COVID
because of that.
restriction.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if a lot of people didn't go because of that, or just the restrictions that they admitted 1,000 people.
Well, yeah, they would have had more people had they, had they not had more slots if they had did more than 1,000, because they did sell out of the 1,000, and when
Right?
they years that they do the 5 to 7,000, they sell out. So
Was it
uh
held in a hotel or something like that?
yeah, it was held at the Doubletree Hotel in
Right.
Seattle, Washington. Yeah.
I think PenguinCon they booked hotel rooms for the people in advance,
Hmm.
but they were struggling to even meet half of the people because they had masks and COVID restrictions and everything like that. So a lot of people just stayed home from PenguinCon. I was curious if they stayed home for your convention, or if they got 1,000, they cut it off, right?
Yeah, they cut it off at 1,000.
Wow.
So yeah, they would have had more people had they, because there was also a MAGA con, and they didn't have, they had the
MAGA?
yeah, MAGA con, the anime based,
Oh no,
yeah, yeah. And
that
so
is
I,
really
I
crazy.
I can't remember the name of it though, but it was basically a Comic Con for MAGA. And they didn't
That's
have,
fabulous.
yeah, they didn't cut off the number of people, but again, they had you had to be vaccinated, you had to be wearing masks. It doesn't bother people. I was at a Comic-Con in
Right.
Seattle in December, and we had to be vaccinated, we had to wear masks. It was packed. The restrictions don't bother people because I think it makes people feel more safe.
I
And so
think
I
that
don't it, the
where was
the
it held, by the
restrictions
way?
are the problem.
Where was it held? In Washington?
Yeah, yeah, Seattle, Washington is
In
where.
Michigan, they don't have mask requirements. They
Mm,
haven't had for a year.
mhm.
So when they have mask requirements, they're very, very unusual.
Mm.
So that's why people don't go, right? But
Oh, yeah, it's not a problem here.
Washington, they all
Yeah.
wear masks, right?
Yeah, Oregon too. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
I'm from Oregon, and so we don't. Most of us don't have a problem with
right,
it.
right.
Yeah.
We do in Michigan. It's really odd, but we do. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
because we don't have any masks. Well, there's no masking requirements in Michigan, but when a convention comes to town, they, I guess they prepared for it about 6 months ago or a year ago
Oh,
when
sure.
the
There.
pandemic was still going on. So
Hmm.
they put the masking requirements in place and
Yeah.
they hesitated to relieve them. But yeah. Well, anyway, did they have panel discussions? The too few
Yes.
people, they had panel
Oh
discussions.
yeah. Oh yeah. They had panel
Were
discussions.
you on any of them?
No, not yet. Yeah. No, I've only got one book out. I'm not going to do a panel discussion until I have more
Why?
books out.
Why?
Because I think it just anybody can write one book.
No, not anybody can write one good book like yours, right? Yours is a fabulously well written book.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Yes. Did Helen
It's,
participate in any panels?
no, yeah. I don't know why. I think she'd be really great on a panel. Actually, she's such a
I
wonderful
think you would be
speaker.
too.
Maybe one day. I'm not
Yeah,
ready yet.
maybe
I'm
next
not
year,
ready.
right?
Maybe next year. Yeah, absolutely. That's very
What
possible.
panels did they have? They have any
Oh,
open discussions
everybody.
or developing
No, they.
characters?
Yeah. I didn't go to any of the panels, of course, because I'm at the booth. But a guy next to us, he was doing panels, and so but he was a writer, so of course he talked about writing and everything under the sun regarding writing, right? You get the questions, character development, plot development,
Oh, I think you could do
everything. It's the
easily.
gambit. But there were artists there, illustrators, there were yeah, lots of different people. Yeah.
Oh, I
I
think
don't
you could do a wonderful job of discussing writing. You could. So could Helen, by that way.
yeah.
I mean, honestly. All right. You didn't go to any of the panels discussions. If they do have panel discussions next year, will you participate in them?
I might. Yeah, we'll
Good.
see. I mean, you have to be accepted and stuff. So, you got to fill out an application, all that good stuff. So,
Right.
it's in my future for sure.
Yep.
I don't know
I used to
when.
do that at convention circuit all the time. Speakers at Confusion in Penguicon. I held ghost hunting equipment seminars
Yeah,
and stuff like secret societies and everything like
sure.
that.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
really a lot of fun
Oh yeah, yeah.
because they had a packed house, you know. It
Yeah,
was
we're all
really
we're all geeks, and so we all understand each other and stuff. So
right.
that's the
By the way,
great thing about this.
the one group panel I had discussion, which was only had about 12 people, was for Bigfoot hunting. So there weren't
Yeah.
many Bigfoot hunters in there. Right? Right. Did they have author book signings?
Oh yeah, well that's what we were doing at our booths.
You signed
know.
books?
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
that's exciting. Did Helen?
Yeah, so when
books?
when someone buys a book, you ask them, would you like me to sign it? And everybody says yes.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Everyone
And
accepted, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. And I have goodies with my book, so
What
yeah.
goodies?
I don't have one. Oh yeah, I do. So I do I have this awesome bookmark, and then
Oh
I
my
make
God,
it,
that's beautiful, Helen. I mean, Jude, that's beautiful.
and I make it with a
Oh
nice
my
little
God.
trinket,
You have a key, right?
and
Skeleton
then
key?
I have pencils. I have pencils too, because every real writer loves pencils, and it even says
You've got that
Ever-
right.
Eversteam Chronicles by Jude.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fascinating. Did
And I give
Helen
away
have any
candy.
giveaways?
No.
You're one up on her then, right?
Maybe. Yeah. Next year, next time I'm gonna have bags too, tote bags.
Right, right. Oh,
But I won't give those away. Those will have to be bought.
that would be a great idea.
Yeah, yeah. Because people walk around and they have these piles of books in their arms, and I'm like, bags. I need to sell bags.
Right. Do you ever think of characters from a book making dolls of them?
Oh, I haven't thought about making dolls, but well, I'm gonna get up again.
Yep.
My husband makes these awesome.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible.
Yeah, isn't this great? So this is
It's
just made out
beautiful.
of found objects, and he does everything with it.
Oh, you should sell those. Really, you should sell those.
Well, yeah, and so because he has this,
Oh, I bet those
I
would
have
sell
to
out.
have this spider in one of my future books, but he's talked about like making some of the clockwork animal characters.
Right, that's what I was hoping for, right?
I'm not into selling stuff like that, but he and I are a team, so
Yes,
he can have part of the booth too one day.
that would be great. That would really, truly be great.
Yeah.
You could have books and items to sell, and that would be cool.
Yeah.
Because
Shirts.
items to sell like that are that spider and everything like that, they're part of your universe that you make.
Yeah.
So in that way, they encourage buying of books.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what you do, right?
Yeah.
All right. How do you sum up your experiences overall at the convention? Like, will you be attending future conventions with only? I mean, they only had 1,000 people there, but it's really a lot.
Well, and it was just to try. They were just trying after getting out of the well, we're not out of the pandemic, but just when so they were just trying to see how it would work, and it worked. And so I'm sure next year's they're gonna let in more people, and but yeah,
Gates wide, right?
Sure. Yeah, and I'm going to I'll be at Rose City Comic-Con in Portland
That'd be
this
great
year,
too.
and so that's the beginning of September.
Beginning of September, right? You have a booth there?
Yeah, I'll get a booth there.
Oh, that'd be fantastic.
And then
where's it held at, by the way?
Usually, oh gosh, I think that one's held at a hotel as well. Or no, maybe that one's at a convention center.
In what city?
Portland, Oregon.
Portland, Oregon.
Yeah.
That'd be fantastic.
So find me at Rose City Comic-Con, Portland,
Yep.
Oregon.
Yep.
September something. I think it's the first weekend of September.
Oh, that'll be excellent. That would truly, truly be excellent.
And my husband and we might try to do a horror con soon.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
That's
my
fascinating.
book isn't hardcore horror, but Amazon has put it under supernatural, urban horror
Right.
or something like that. I don't know why Amazon put it under horror. I mean, there are hell elements, there are demons and stuff. So I think I consider it gothic.
Right.
So that kind of it's the mellow part of
Right.
horror,
Right. Right.
So it's the environment and the emotion and stuff, not the guts and gore aspect of horror, but horror, like anything, is a wide range. But I'm also we have a show called Bad Juju and J-Bone Presents, and it's on Subgenres streaming channel now. It'll be on YouTube next month. And in the fall, it'll be on the East Coast. So we might be doing some horror cons this year.
That's great.
Yeah.
I'm a member of the Horror Writers Association.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate HorrorCon.
Oh, yeah. They're really great.
Yeah. Now, did you sell out your books, or with 1,000 people, is that too few?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I had a lot of books because I didn't know what to expect. So no, I didn't. But I didn't. I prepare. So I'd rather have too many books than not enough. I don't want to run out.
Oh yeah.
So I tend to overkill how many books I take with me.
Now, is the placement in the convention conducive to sales?
I think so. Did
you get a good booth spot, in other words?
I think so. I mean, it's all kind of equal, I think. Right. I mean, maybe the people that are like right at the front when at the doors where people first walk in might have a better shot, but I kind of feel like
it's... Were you placed in the middle or near the far end?
No, it was a square, so depending on what direction people walked. I was at near the end or near the beginning, so it was, and so if people walked in the door and went straight back, and then I was right there.
Okay,
so,
good.
So not quite the corner, but
now what would you do differently at next convention? Do you apply earlier, for example?
Well, maybe not. I mean, applying. Yeah,
because I think that the placement depends on when you apply in.
Maybe, and some booths are bigger than others, so that's going to depend too. You get to choose what size booth.
What size booth did you have?
We get the smallest booth. It's not it's not like our table's full of stuff. We have
just your books, right?
A few books. I have one book. Yeah.
Right.
And the TV show that we're promoting, but so I've got two things. She has three things.
Tell us a little bit about the TV show you're promoting again.
So it's called Bad Juju and J-Bone Presents.
Right.
And it is it's based on nostalgia of the old 80s and 70s basically compilation shows of those eras. I can't, and so picture also at the same time the Elvira and Sven Gulli, the Mummy and the Monkey, those awesome people, the horror hosts that host bad B-rated movies.
Right.
Well, we're the horror hosts but it's based in the literary arts. So instead of movies, we it's surrounding books and the authors that write them.
That's great.
So, and it's like a little variety show. There's we've got the horror hosts, we've got mini movies, we have skits, interviews with authors.
Tell us about your skits.
It's this basically, just conversations and jokes and we made a little silent film of the characters.
Because I'd like to watch it.
Yeah.
By the way, there's a link that you get to it by, so everybody knows?
So it's you can see the previews right now on YouTube.
Right.
And you just type in Bad Juju and J Bone, the letter J Bone
Okay.
presents, and it'll come up on YouTube. And Friday the 13th of May will be the first episode will be posted. But we're always a month prior. The subgenres streaming channel on Roku and Android TV.
Now, what do you mean by subgenres?
So subgenres is the name of a new streaming channel on Roku TV and Android TV. It's just like Netflix, except it's based in the subgenres. So subgenres include steampunk, Lovecraftian, gothic horror, gothic horror, not major horror, not hardcore horror. So yeah, like those little side things that aren't mainstream genres, although the subgenres are becoming pretty big, yeah. So it's a channel that puts out. They have great movies on there. They've got they're creating new movies. They're creating, but it totally has a steampunk gothic feel.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, yeah. And so our show is on there.
I can't wait to see you.
Yeah, thanks. And it's cheesy fun. It's not, the first episode we recorded with our phones. It's meant to be just, fun.
Right.
Yeah. Right. If you like cheesy, let me say this though, the authors and there's a storytelling section where the author that is my guest on Titles Talkin' Tipples, which is a year old now. My podcast, my video podcast.
Right.
The Bad Juju J Bone Presents kind of took it over. So I still have the Titles Talkin' Tipples portion where I chat with authors. Right. And then later on in the show, Bad Juju reads one of the, or J Bone reads out loud one of the author's short stories.
Oh, it's a great idea. That's really compelling.
Yeah, and we've got cool little public domain short films, and got great old footage, and it's just really it's a variety show. Right.
Now, before we go, let's discuss your second book. When's it coming out? When are you finished writing it?
So I'm finishing it up right now.
Okay. Weren't you finished up the last time I talked to you?
I was finishing it up the last time I talked to you. I'm always finishing it up. Hopefully I can get it done in time to get it to you to put it out hopefully in the fall.
All right, good.
That's the goal. So my second book, Pirates of Eversteam, working title, don't know if that will be the title, but is a prequel to the Eversteam Chronicles.
That'd be a fascinating book, because the Eversteam Chronicles, we'll get further into that next time. We'll discuss Rufus.
Yeah, the most annoyed of angels.
Yes, we'll discuss him, right?
Archangel,
right? All right. Yeah. So that's good. All right, I'll see you till next time.
All right.
Namaste, right?
Namaste, thank you. Yeah.
All right.